Hey, 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 good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. God bless you. Oh, I know my voice sounds terrible today. And I'm going to tell you, I feel terrible. And I'm going to tell you why I feel terrible. Because I hadn't recuperated, or at least my immune system hadn't recuperated from the last time I got sick, which was only a couple of weeks ago. Well, it hasn't even been a month. And yeah, I got the flu again. My husband come trotting in the house from work, hacking and coughing. Everybody on his job is out sick. I think there's one man left in his crew, and he has to work by himself because everybody else is out sick. Oh my goodness. This one hit me big time. And the reason it did was because my immune system did not have a chance to recover from the last time I was sick. And it takes time to build it back up. And especially since I'm taking immune suppressants every day. So how are you going to take immune suppressants that suppresses your immune system when you need to build it back up? Okay? You just got to do it. It takes longer for it to get back up. This is the second time my husband has threatened my life by bringing in sickness. I'm not saying he's doing it on purpose, but I asked him, what would you do if a rabid dog was on your doorstep and came up in your house and threatened the life of your wife and children? He said, I'd shoot it. I said, And when are you coming back in with another virus? He just looked at me like I was crazy. But that's how I felt. See, I'm still with it. See, I still got that rattle. Okay, this time, last week, I could do nothing. So if you didn't get anything on YouTube, it's because I couldn't sit at the computer to do anything. I was lucky to be in my bed and be able to get up and go to the bathroom occasionally. It was really bad, really bad. And between the coughing and, coughing like 3 days in a row, back to back to back to back, no sleep at night, weakness, it was bad. Sweating, fever, I had it. Sore throat, oh boy. I think I might have used all the salt in the house. But that's what I did. I used salt gargles. I even brushed my teeth with salt because you get the bacteria. It's in your mouth, and you can kind of taste it. You want to make sure you brush your teeth with something that will kill bacteria, and don't put anything as sweet in here like toothpaste. Most of toothpaste has artificial sweeteners, but even that will grow bacteria. So you don't want to put anything in your mouth that has anything to do with sugar or sugar substitutes because you don't want to have a nice place for the bacteria to grow. Salt will kill a lot of bacteria. So salt is very safe to use. Vinegar too, but I'd rather have the salt in my mouth than have the vinegar. Anyway, the salt is good for sore throats because when you gargle with that, and you take your time, slow gargle, and it helps to take the pain away, and as well as killing the bacteria. Another thing that you could use for the pain of a sore throat is clove powder. So not the cloves themselves, because you don't want them to get caught in your throat, but use clove powder. Put it in your little grinder and make powder out of fresh, or dry cloves. And you could put a little bit of that in warm water, and you can gargle with that. That takes a lot of pain. That numbs the pain. So that's another thing that you can that you could use that's natural. Mouthwash works, but it's alcohol, and there are some that don't have alcohol in them. Alcohol's not very good; it dries, but it's good for sterilizing things, But you don't want to use it in and on your body, if you can avoid it. Absolutely avoid it. Okay, let's talk about the flu a little bit. Now, you knew we were going to have to talk about the flu. My doctor's got me now on steroids. This is my second week. And but last week, she had me on antibiotics. And what else did she have me on? The inhalator. So 'cause I have bronchial issues anyway. So she had me on that, and that should have sufficed. Plenty of fluids. But oh boy, it didn't do anything for me. It's like I didn't take anything at all. So, and I don't like to take narcotics. So of course I turned down the opportunity to take cough syrup with codeine. I don't play around with narcotics. And one of the things that I did when I used the codeine cough syrup many years ago, is it messed with my head and didn't do anything for the cough. So no, I'm not into that. So I'll just leave that be, and there's no sense in jeopardizing my health by putting narcotics in there. That's not going to do anything for the problem that I'm dealing with, which is having mucus in my chest. Okay. Let's talk about what's going on with this flu. Now remember, I don't know if you remember, but back in, I think it was November or might have been October, I was talking to you about a strange virus that was going around. And I had heard so many people complaining about this virus, and I'd never heard anything like it, because you would get sinus infection, and you would get sore throats, and you would get nausea, sweating, fever. Yeah, this is it. And I went to the CDC, and I want you all to do that. And I want you all to do that on a regular basis. Go into your cell phones and just go into Google and dial CDC and find out what's going on. The last couple of weeks, I posted CDC general report on my Facebook. And last week, they said that there was 15 million cases of the flu reported. And that, I can't remember the hospitalizations, but there was 8,200 deaths from the flu for the season. And I believe the season started officially around October the 1st. And anyway, I looked at the report last night, and it said that there were 10,000 deaths. So that's, 800 deaths in less than a week. Deaths. And out of that, it was 63 of the deaths were children. So let's talk about a little bit about who this flu is affecting the most. And it's young people, up to about children and older people. They're more vulnerable, Sometimes children can't communicate what's going on until they get the fever. They'll cough, and that's not anything unusual to cough. But then they get the fever, and the moms know that something's up. By that time, they're completely engulfed in the virus. So those are the ones whose systems are the weakest, and the elderly, of course, like me, only almost 75. So yeah, that's me, and kidney transplant. So I don't play. It's amazing how I could walk around for several years, 20 years, and not catch anything. And all of a sudden, back to back to back, my husband's catching, but I'm not. So now all of a sudden, I'm catching because he's catching. So he's not doing something right, right? His body's not healthy. Because if I can be out there and I'm on immune suppressants as a kidney transplant, then he shouldn't be getting sick. I'm the one that's doing the cooking, so he shouldn't be getting sick. So what is he doing? He's not eating. That's what it is. He eats at work. He takes food to work and he eats a huge meal there. When he comes home, he nitpicks. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bite here, a little bite, half a plate, a little bit, so he's not eating. And the doctor even said he's losing weight. So, So I don't know if he's not happy with the food. I think if I just baked a lot more potatoes, he'll be happy. Okay, we got to take a break. Engineer says that's it for a moment. All right, so we'll get back on the other side. Okay, all of this information that I'm talking about, you can get from the CDC report. But I was telling you that last week I posted that from the report that, actually I posted the entire report up there. But there were 15 million cases reported, illnesses, flu related. And this week it was 19 million. That's just how much it's increased. I don't remember what it was for the hospitalizations, but this week the hospitalizations was 180,000 people hospitalized with flu and 10,000 deaths from the flu. So this is very, very serious. Now I'm not talking about the coronavirus. I'm talking about the flu, okay? The flu that we all know that comes around every season, and it's knocking people down. It's very powerful this year, and it's rapid. So I know that a lot of people are dealing with a lot of stress, and that also makes you vulnerable. So you've got to get away from that stress, and if you can't completely, take some time out for rest away from everything. Take breaks, go for walks, go sit in the park, it takes some vitamin B, a lot of vitamin C. So let's talk about that. Before I go into that, I want to talk about some of the symptoms of the flu. Okay, and this is off of the CDC. And it says fever or feeling feverish or chills. Cough, definitely the cough. It starts out subtle, but then it turns into a monster. And sore throat, runny nose, stuffy nose, muscles and body aches, headaches. Oh boy, yeah, you get the headaches because you get sinus infection with it. Fatigue, total wipeout, okay? And some people may have vomiting or diarrhea. Thank you, Lord, I didn't have that. So, okay. So I want to talk a little bit about what you could do to build up your immune system, because I wasn't focused enough on that. I was too busy trying to keep my emphasis on my YouTube channel, trying to get everything posted up there, and I should have been paying more attention to working on my immune system. Okay, there was a really nice website that I grabbed this morning, actually, and it's called VitaPlan, and it's posted by a doctor. Let me see what his name is. I think it's Dr. Ross. Yeah, Bill Rawls. R. My voice is still messed up. Sorry, but it's RAWLS. Bill Rawls. Okay, and yeah, he's a doctor in North Carolina. Okay, you can check out their website and the individual, and it's got his bio and everything in there. So he talks about how to build your immune system, and his emphasis is on fresh vegetables, actually, which is, hey, we should all be focused on that, right? So let me go over some of the vegetables he suggests. This one here, everybody talks about. I love this. I love it, and it's garlic. You know, to build your immune system. Hey, I love garlic, but I can't eat it like other people can because it tears my stomach. It's tearing my stomach up. I can't just pop it in my mouth and chew it. I can roast it, but then you lose some of the benefits of the healing properties if you cook it. So if you can do it raw, if you can cut it up, what I have been able to do is I can soak it in vinegar and oil, and I can eat it that way, but in pieces. You know, I can put it in a salad or something, and I can have it that way. But I tried a recipe one time where I actually baked it on top of some rice, and I ate it, and it was so good. And after about 20 minutes, my stomach lit up, and I almost had to go to the hospital. It was a lot of years ago, and I was very healthy then. And that tore me up. And I said, never, ever again, because I was sick as a dog, you know, rolling over with pain, abdominal pain. So some people, you know, these things you have to realize are, you know, will it work for you? Don't just go and do something because somebody says it's available. But garlic is one thing that you can do to build up your immune system. And so try that if it works for you, you know. And the best way to have it is raw. What I didn't realize is mushrooms. You know, that was news to me. But everybody's talking about the mushrooms building up your immune system. But it's not necessarily the little button mushrooms that we buy all the time. It's some Asian mushrooms. Let's see if I can tell. You know what? I want you to go get this website and pull this up yourself. But let me see if I can tell you what kind of mushrooms they are. It said the cell walls of mushrooms is where it comes from, the healing properties. Wow. So, yeah, we got to get this. It says the shiitake mushrooms, the maitake, oysters, lion manes. Yeah, this is really, and turkey tails. That's what somebody else on another website would talk about, turkey tail mushrooms. And it says they have the highest immune benefits. Wow, did you know that? I didn't know that. I eat mushrooms several times a day. I look at these other mushrooms, but I don't know how to use them. So rather than take the time to learn how to use them, I just, because they're kind of expensive. I didn't want to play around with them. But now I'm going to make an effort to learn how to use these. And I suggest you try that too. Okay, blueberries. We all know the value of blueberries. And that's something that I do keep in my refrigerator. Regardless to what the season is, I will buy the ones that are imported. Again, I apologize for my voice. I don't want to hear it myself, so I'm sure it's hard on your ears today. Okay, ginger. My favorite. I love ginger. I can eat ginger. I can just sit down and but I prefer pickled ginger. But in my food, I want the real thing, you know. Powdered ginger is okay, but it doesn't have the kick. It doesn't have that, it doesn't taste alive. So you got to go with the fresh ginger and slice it yourself. You know, sometimes I use a grater, so when I'm too lazy to peel it. And peeling is so easy. All you do is just scrape it with a spoon, and the peeling comes right off. But sometimes when you get the little tiny pieces of ginger, it's, difficult to get in between the little crevices. So I just take it and grate it. And when you grate it on a very fine grater, it usually keeps the peelings out and just gives you the flesh. So that's something you might want to try. But there's nothing like fresh ginger and fresh ginger tea. So you can have some tea, mint tea, and that's another thing. Peppermint is another booster. I wasn't aware of that, even though I have a lot of peppermint and I drink a lot of peppermint. Sometimes peppermint is a little bit heavy on my tum-tum as well, so I can have maybe 1 cup. But put fresh ginger in it, and it really spikes it up. A little cayenne is pretty good too. Okay, so ginger, and let's see what we got. And of course, our turmeric. And turmeric and ginger in the same family. The ginger has heat, whereas the turmeric does not. So if you're sensitive to the heat when you're drinking the ginger, try the turmeric. It's in the same family, and you can see it does boost the immune system. But this goes in a lot of details telling you. I just want to get through here to let you know. Broccoli sprouts are extremely high, the enzymes. It's outstanding for your immune system and inflammation. It's great for fighting inflammation. And you do get inflamed because with the coughing, just the coughing alone, stresses out the tissue in your lungs and in your esophagus. So you do want to, it'll inflame it, So black and green tea. These are the things that he suggests. I think I missed something, but that's okay. You can go to the website. The website is called Vital Plan. And there's a lot of websites that tell you how to build up your immune system. And they talk about different foods. And please work on that. Get your immune system up because this virus is here. And it's just marching on through the United States. And there was a report from the CDC that I had a week ago. And it said that at this point, our concern shouldn't be about the coronavirus, but the flu. Because the flu has a more impact on us right now than the coronavirus. So there is a young man who's a YouTuber, and he had the virus. I think it was around Christmas, and he's still coughing. He's still coughing. So that cough is going to last. It's not going to just go away. Once it stops, it messes with your bronchial tubes. And, then you're going to be dealing with that for a while. He's still coughing, He's trying to do the video, and I'm talking about Eric of Nomadic Fanatic. That's what it is, Nomadic Fanatic. Really nice guy. I watch him all the time. Very interesting. He's on YouTube. I really like him a lot and watch him. And Caroline. Okay, it's enough engineers to that's it. That's into that. So let me wrap this up. God bless you. Hey, you guys, pray for me out there because I got to get over this thing quick. Get busy. Take it easy. I love you. And be careful of that flu. Bye-bye.